This is a countdown video. It contains my own personal opinion on the subject matter. If you don't like my opinion, well, go make your own video for all I care. Number 10. School Live. Talk about another instance of don't judge a book by its cover. I say this because what seems to be a completely trashy slice of life show is actually one of the most dramatic anime I've seen. Why? Because it takes place during the zombie apocalypse. That's right. While High School of the Dead focused more on extreme action and fan service, School Live understands what's more important, focusing on the characters' dilemmas. The writing is so crisp and clean that I'd say it's a better zombie show than the super popular Walking Dead. Throughout the show, we get to truly see what happens to four girls during the zombie apocalypse through the visuals and music, instead of a long, analyzing monologue that lots of zombie-like media like to give us. It's very fascinating that our main character is delusional about the whole zombie thing, giving us a very interesting psychological character. However, throughout all the zombie stuff, they still find a way to make it like a basic slice of life show, even giving us a swimsuit episode full of fan service. However, as I mentioned before, these episodes still focus on the characters' dilemmas instead of their bodies. The connection between the show's zombie side and slice of life side is so brilliantly done that you need to see it to believe. So here's an example from the opening. It was the most surprising anime of the year, and one that no one will soon forget. Number 9. Assassination Classroom. Probably possessing the most unique plot of them all, Assassination Classroom is a recent manga hit that has been getting a lot of popularity recently, and for good reason. It's a very strange show that brings probably the best comedy that I've seen in a long time. The characters in this show are given one task: kill their teacher, the title character, before the end of the school year, or else he will blow up the earth. Yeah, it's a fucking weird setup, but an interesting one at that. Since these characters are so well written and hilarious, there are lots of moments that hit you nicely in the heart and give you a bunch of those warm, fuzzy feelings that I always love getting while watching anime. The animation allows each classmate to be distinguished from each other, even if I don't know every single one of their names. I also really appreciate that they don't make any of the girls, who are all 14 years old I might add, be in any fan service situations. Oh, there's a beach arc, but there's no fan service to be found. All of that goes to Bitch Sensei.
We dare you, bitch!
Your boobs are way too big to be a teacher! Seriously?
You may ask how this show can be so good with so many characters and with, to be honest, no questions being answered so far. And with that question, I answer with this. Bring it on, Season 2! Number 8. One Punch Man. Easily the most anticipated anime of the year. From webcomic to manga to anime, everyone knows about this one. You would think that a show all about a hero who can defeat any enemy with one punch would get very boring very quickly, but the show finds more and more ways to show it in some of the most unintentionally funny comedy that I've ever seen. It's not like it throws the comedy at you, it just comes from the characters and situations. Speaking of the character design of this show is just great. They're all distinct and very nice to look at. I should also mention the animation and how perfectly it does the speed and timing in some of these very hectic fight scenes. With each frame, you can almost clearly see every action in all the fight scenes between the characters. I think the thing that I like the most about One Punch Man is how the whole hero class system works. Like how a Class A hero like Omni Mask will do nothing if it doesn't benefit him, but a Class C hero like Mumen Rider will always join the fight and help those in need, even though he knows that there's no possible way that he can win. I won't say more about it, but it's great to learn more and more after every episode. Between the animation, the characters, and the amazing fight scenes, and a great look at a cast system, One Punch Man is one of those shows that is extremely hyped up, but manages to meet up with everyone's expectations. Number 7. Maria the Virgin Witch. Set during the 100 Years' War between England and France, this show was a surprise hit of the winter season. There's a lot to praise about this show, so I'll try to keep it short. The animation, very simple and yet very effective. The music, fits the time period perfectly. The characters, holy Jesus Christ, these characters are amazing. There is not one that I found annoying or one that I hated. You know you're watching a good written show when you become emotionally invested in quote-unquote the villains of the show. The ending of the show is spectacular in that each character gets a good ending. Let's just say that you'll want to pay attention to this guy over here. I also like how the show deals with religion. It doesn't attack the church like Yurikuma Asarai does. Instead, Maria the Virgin Witch tells both the positive and negative of having too much power being given to the church, and even how a new type of religion might be better. This show is also a good feminist piece. I won't ruin the surprise, so I can't say more about that. In the end, this show is the underdog of the winter season, and it's one that I'm glad I watched. Number 6. Snow White with the red hair. Oh yeah, this was the one I was looking forward to the most this year. Despite the name, this anime has absolutely nothing to do with the story of Snow White, besides a poison apple that's used in the first episode. Much like Ouran High School Host Club, which is my all-time favorite anime, the heroine in this show is just fantastic. Some might think that Shirayuki, with her beautiful short red hair, falls into the category of typical heroine protagonist. However, there is a difference to her. I won't go into much detail here, but I'll explain why in a future video. Our other main characters, Zen, Kiki, Mitsude, and Obi also give the show a lot of personality, and their camaraderie brings a big smile to your face.
No, besides you have no proof whatsoever that I poisoned the apple.
Oh, I think we have plenty.
Yeah, we'll see what's what when we make an official inquiry, liar.
The animation and music also gives the show an amazing atmosphere. It's just a simple fairy tale, not that much really happens, and it's mostly a character piece with lots of dialogue. However, it just puts you in a very relaxed mood that I actually really welcome. I'm currently watching the second season and I am enjoying every minute of it. Despite its slow pace and dialogue-centric story, this show has enough good in it to keep you watching.